Today we're going to build your automata. The first thing to do is to build the box. So let's see that you have all the parts. You should have a top and bottom piece. They're the same size, 5 by 4 inches. You should have a back piece. It's shorter than the top and bottom pieces, 4.5 by 4 inches. And then lastly, you should have two side pieces, which are 4 by 4 inches each. All right, so this is your goal, to build this. You want to glue specifically the top piece on top of the side pieces, see? And those two side pieces should be on top of the bottom piece, like this. And then likewise, the back piece should fit in all of these. That is, the top piece should sit on top of the back piece, and the back piece should sit inside the two side pieces. And also the back piece should sit on top of the bottom piece. Try to get your edges flush so you don't have spaces like that and edges sticking out like that. One way to do this is to use tape to hold it together for at least overnight, but probably 24 hours while the glue dries. All right, so once you have that made, then you're going to take your 3D parts. Some of your 3D parts will have extra plastic on them from the 3D printing process. Just peel those off. Sometimes it's a little hard, but go ahead and peel that off. I'm not going to waste time doing that, but it should end up eventually like this. Also, take off the extra plastic so that it sits well in your box. Um, so you should have two of these rollers, two of these bushings. You should have two rollers. Rollers will come in something like this, and you'll have to again peel off that plastic that comes with them. You should also have a crank, an axle, and a follower rod. The follower rod is too long. This is probably too short, but it should definitely be shorter. So you're going to probably want to cut this in half because you'll need two anyways, and then you may even want to shorten it. Okay, so let's start by putting parts into your automata box. Uh, the bushings for the followers go in like that. If you've cleaned them off well enough, they should sit flush, but then you might want to put a dab of glue underneath there so they don't move. Next, you're going to be putting your axle in the box, but you want to put your two cams on the axle as you push it through. So I've routed out one cam from the CNC router. It's going to have a little bit of extra wood on it, so try to file that off with a file or sandpaper. And then you have a 3D printed cam. So again, put them on inside the box on the axle, and then again continue to push the axle through. So that they line up eventually with the holes. You're probably going to want to do something here so that this can't come out. And one idea is to wrap a piece of a rubber band around it tight so that there's a stop so that it can't come out. But anyways, your crank goes on the other end. You may want to shorten your axle. And we'll do that later as well. All right, so let's put this back in. You want to glue your roller on to your follower rod. So let's pretend this was cut. You would glue that onto there. This also has to come from inside of the box and through the hole. And then one of the last steps is to take your symbol, your figure that you've made, and glue it to the follow rod. Something that could help is to drill a hole in this figure so that it sits on top of it. But again, it could be on the side of it, whatever looks best for your figure. And then, of course, turn it and get it running. Thank you for listening.